This is an NBC5 News exclusive. They put their lives on the line when people need help. But some firefighters in a South suburban community are raising concerns about the money that is supposed to be spent on their retirement and health care benefits. NBC5's Regina Waldroup spoke with one firefighter in Dalton who's now demanding answers.
The ongoing saga in Dalton now spilling over into the fire department.
But when the mayor first started to run in 2021, we did endorse her, and then everything went sideways.
Adam Farej has been a firefighter in the village for 10 years. He's also union rep for Local 3766.
We have a ton of concerns.
Most revolve around financial issues. These are some of the grievances the union has filed against the village. Farej claims many of the village's 21 firefighters don't want to speak out for fear of retaliation.
And there's always that scare of retaliation of what's going to happen if we don't beat to their drum.
Farej claims money taken out of their checks for a retirement plan not going where it should.
I pick the amount that I would like with taken out of my check, and then that money is supposed to go to nationwide. It has not been happening.
He also claims firefighters are having issues with health insurance, which the village pays for. These are some of the documents shared with NBC5 that say premiums have not been received.
Members are getting claims denied, and we did file agreements over that as well.
Trustee Brittany Norwood tells us these issues are very concerning.
It's very sad. It's sad because for the last 3 years, my colleagues on the board and I have been questioning how the money is being spent. We've been fighting for transparency so that we can have the answers to these financials.
Firefighters say they've been working without a contract going on 5 years, and they claim the village is refusing to sit down and negotiate.
We all come here because we love this place.
But you just wish?
I wish that the upper administration could get it together and do the right thing.
The Henyard administration did not respond to our requests for a statement. In Dalton, I'm Regina Waldroup, NBC5 News.
Regina, thank you.
Right now at 4:30, disorder in the village of Dalton that we've been covering for months is now impacting other suburbs where Mayor Tiffany Henyard also has a leadership role. Henyard is also the supervisor of Thornton Township, which includes a total of 17 towns.
Elected officials are speaking out about budgets, federal probes, and financial records. Regina Waldroup is in Markham with more on that story.
You guys have been led astray. You have been bamboozled. You have been hooded.
Dalton, not the only community concerned about self-titled super mayor Tiffany Henyard.
If she speaks out loud one more time, you remove her.
The mayor of Markham questioning her decisions and her leadership. Henyard has dual roles, mayor and Thornton Township supervisor.
I'm standing with the full force of this government here, and I don't see that happening in Thornton Township. I don't see it happening in Dalton either.
17 communities make up Thornton Township, representing more than 158,000 people. And this township, also a taxing body. Right now, the township is without a budget. It was to be approved May 31st, but was tabled.
That budget needs to be looked into much deeper.
Aldermen say they are being inundated with calls from taxpayers.
I hear it every day. There is no transparency within our township.
Henyard is at the center of a wide-ranging federal investigation and a number of lawsuits.
At some point, there needs to be some oversight, and someone has to get to the bottom of what and why these things are happening.
Questions are also being raised about Henyard using taxpayer dollars for personal expenses, including her makeup artist. This itemized payroll sheet for the township from May of last year lists Brandon Moman as an administrative assistant. But when we reached out to him, he told us he's Henyard's makeup artist. Chris Gonzalez is a Thornton Township trustee.
It's just, once again, a long series, unfortunately, of things that just seem to be done incorrectly or possibly illegally.
We reached out to Henyard's administration for comment, but didn't hear back. Today, Governor Pritzker shared his thoughts on Tiffany Henyard and whether the state should step in.
There is an investigation that's been called for, and now I know there was a veto that was overridden that will now allow that investigation to go forward.
Reporting from Markham, I'm Regina Waldroup, NBC5 News.
Thanks to Regina. She's worked hard on that story. And chaos, confusion, and police rushing in to remove people from a suburban Dalton building.
This all happened last night after a majority of trustees voted for Chicago's former mayor, Lori Lightfoot, to continue her investigation of Dalton's current mayor, Tiffany Henyard. NBC5's Regina Waldroup has more on what happens next.
Dalton's Village Hall.
Hello. Nobody's gonna be hurt if you keep talking.
A hotbed of activity Monday night with a village board meeting that went off course. Former Chicago Mayor Lightfoot was there.
Okay, nobody gonna speak. We gonna clear the room in a minute.
Briefly addressing residents before her mic was shut off.
Okay. Even though they turned the mics off, we will continue working on behalf of the residents of Dalton, and we will give you the facts that you deserve.
Why we pay anybody any money if y'all have the actual people, meaning the FBI's here? So why would we waste money?
Before the meeting was stopped, a majority of trustees voted to override a recent veto by the mayor, allowing Lightfoot to continue her investigation into Tiffany Henyard, who's accused of misspending and also at the center of a number of lawsuits and a wide-ranging federal probe. Lightfoot in a statement writing, "I look forward to the work ahead and urge Mayor Henyard and her administration to fully cooperate with this investigation by promptly providing the requested documentation to give all concerned a complete and accurate accounting of the fiscal conditions for the village." During public comment, residents had a lot to say about the village's finances, investigations, and the fact that barricades were put up around Village Hall before the meeting.
I think it's so horrible that this mayor will use her police department to block all the parking spaces so the elderly and the handicapped people have to walk a block to get to this meeting.
Also happening at that meeting, Mayor Henyard struck down the recent appointment of trustee Jason House as mayor pro tem. The next Dalton Village Board meeting is set for June 17th. Regina Waldroup, NBC5 News.
Regina, you are on the story. We appreciate it. It's Friday night. Welcome. Good evening. I'm Stephen Holtz.
And I'm Allison Rosati. We begin with something unexpected. A rescheduled budget hearing brings lots of fireworks in South Suburban Thornton Township, where a new budget was approved just a short time ago. Now, residents had lots of questions about spending and the township supervisor, Tiffany Henyard, who's also the mayor of Dalton. Our Regina Waldroup's been on this story from the very beginning. She joins us now live with the latest. Regina.
Allison, I have covered a lot of budget meetings, and this one that just wrapped up a short time ago, anything but boring. There was clapping, shouting, screaming, and then there were police. They were on the ready to escort people out of the meeting.
Reach for yourself. Remove her. Remove her. Remove her. Remove her. Now you gotta go.
This budget meeting, anything but typical.
You have been led astray. You have been bamboozled. You have been hooded. People have told you that you're not listening. In order to hear it.
Thornton Township residents from several South Suburban communities filled the room, and they had lots to say.
Because what we're not going to do is we're not going to be homeless behind her raising our taxes.
And you said that you have good business skills, then you should take a look at the budget again.
You are a public servant. You serve us.
Township Supervisor Tiffany Henyard is also the mayor of Dalton. She is the focus of a wide-ranging FBI investigation. She's also being sued by several Dalton employees, current and former. Residents say there are concerning issues with the township's spending and other areas of township government.
There are so many red flags.
People are just so tired of this whole situation with the not being transparent. And for Dalton, I can speak for Dalton, we don't know what's going on with our money at all.
Henyard makes $224,000 a year in her township supervisor job. In December, the Board of Trustees passed an ordinance that some called outlandish. It states that if Henyard runs for re-election in 2025 and loses, her successor's salary would drop to only $25,000 a year. But a bill passed in Springfield this week would undo that ordinance and make sure a move like this doesn't happen in the future. And that bill did pass in both houses, and right now all it needs is the signature of the governor. And here's what we still don't know tonight, the total amount of the spending plan that was approved. We're still trying to find that number. I'm live in South Holland tonight. Regina Waldroup, NBC5 News.
Regina, thank you.